Dust on my boots, name on my back. 5 chairs round a card table, carving rules into the cracks. Found a 5 in a worn-out map. Whiskey breath, steady hands, saying, kid, you want a life out here, you better learn where you stand. Higher planes, where the legend begins, where the law's a thin line between your losses and your wins. Built by realism, driven by who you are within. Higher planes, out here reputation is everything. Sunrise over worn-out rails, blood red on the canyon walls. Every choice writes a story in the dust of these streets and halls. Sheriff's badge or gambler's grin, preacher's cross or outlaw's gun. You don't get many second chances, you just answer for what you've done. Higher planes, where the legend begins, where the law's a thin line between your losses and your wins. Built by realism, driven by who you are within. Higher planes, out here reputation is everything. You can ride in quiet or kick that door in, but the truth will ride beside you like a cold, watchful wind. Every lie leaves a track, every promise leaves a stain. You can change your name 1,000 times, but your soul stays the same. Higher planes, where the legend begins. Every whisper around the fire cuts like whiskey on your skin. Built by realism, driven by character and sin. Higher planes, out here reputation is everything. Dust on my boots, name on my back. 5 chairs round a card table, carving rules into the cracks. Found a 5 in a worn-out map. Whiskey breath, steady hands, saying, kid, you want a life out here, you better learn where you stand. Higher planes, where the legend begins, where the law's a thin line between your losses and your wins. Built by realism, driven by who you are within. Higher planes, out here reputation is everything. Sunrise over worn-out rails, blood red on the canyon walls. Every choice writes a story in the dust of these streets and halls. Sheriff's badge or gambler's grin, preacher's cross or outlaw's gun. You don't get many second chances, you just answer for what you've done. Higher planes, where the legend begins, where the law's a thin line between your losses and your wins. Built by realism, driven by who you are within. Higher planes, out here reputation is everything. You can ride in quiet or kick that door in, but the truth will ride beside you like a cold, watchful wind. Every lie leaves a track, every promise leaves a stain. You can change your name 1,000 times, but your soul stays the same. the fire, cuts like whiskey on your skin. Built by realism, driven by character and sin. Higher planes, out here reputation is everything. Dust on my boots, name on my back. 5 chairs round a card table, carving rules into the cracks. Found a 5 in a worn-out map, whiskey breath, steady hands, saying, kid, you want a life out here, you better learn where you stand. Higher planes, where the legend begins, where the law's a thin line between your losses and your wins. Built by realism, driven by who you are within. Higher planes, out here reputation is everything. Sunrise over worn out rails, blood red on the canyon walls. Every choice writes a story in the dust of these streets and halls. Sheriff's badge or gambler's grin, preacher's cross or outlaw's gun. You don't get many second chances, you just answer for what you've done. Higher planes, where the legend begins, where the law's a thin line between your losses and your wins. Built by realism, driven by who you are within. Higher planes, out here reputation is everything. You can ride in quiet or kick that door in, but the truth will ride beside you like a cold, watchful wind. Every lie leaves a track, every promise leaves a stain. You can change your name 1,000 times, but your soul stays the same. Higher planes, where the legend begins. Every whisper around the fire cuts like whiskey on your skin. Built by realism, driven by character and sin. Higher planes, out here reputation is everything.
All right. Welcome back, chat. We have, as you expected, more farming. We got to do 2 more rounds of farming tonight. Stay on track. No mail. Let's fix our character. They changed our inventory system. I haven't really played with it much, but they did take away from here being able to put on and take away or take off clothes. So, like I used to be able to take off my jacket from my inventory. I can't do that anymore. I got to figure out how to do that some other way. So that, we got to do this real quick. So we got a few things going. Our primary items here will be at 400 when we're done. So we got 4 more rounds, or no, 4 more days of, right? No, I'm sorry. 4 more rounds, 2 more days of growing those primary berries. And then it'll be focused on these 3 items, which will be 260, 260, and 270 to fill out our 2,000 items that we can hold in our cart. And then that's what we'll turn over to the customer when it's ready. So let's see. Put our cart away. Head back up here. And I think we're about ready to get farming. I expect tea will pop in at some point. Look, man. I shoot like Scobie trying to be a mafia gang member, and we all know that doesn't work out very well. Can't be Wyatt Earp if I can't hit the broadside of the barn. All right, so what do we need? We need... You know what I don't think I did last night, chat? Is I don't think I fed the animals. So we need to make sure we do that tonight. We went and screwed off in town instead of taking care of our duties. We do not need 40 seed packs. We need 5 seed packs. Only 5. This one has to be corn. And we need poppy seeds. All right, let's get busy. Actually, let's check on the animals real quick. I guess we could have done that when we were picking up fertilizer, but oh well. Oh, they're still good. What about everybody else? Wow, they're way good. They're still good. They're still good. Oh, yeah, see. Almost screwed our horses. And our pigs. So do not let me log off without feeding the animals tonight. Oh, there's a cowboy. I'm just a ranching cowboy, not a shooting cowboy. I'm not Clint Eastwood. I am Glenn Ford. All right. We need corn. Besides, the real question is, was Wyatt Earp a good guy or a bad guy? Hey, Kid Lee with the raid. Welcome in. We are doing our normal task of farming. We got to farm 2 rounds of crops tonight. And then we got to make sure we feed the animals. So, anybody that hangs out for the stream, do not let me log off without feeding animals. We forgot to do that last night because Scobie got us involved in a shootout in town where we didn't see any bad guys because we couldn't tell who was who. So we ran around looking like Don Knotts in anything he played, really. So, what's happening, everybody? Kid, you're about done with Pal World, aren't you? I don't know. I guess you haven't progressed the story very far, right? But you're not really playing story? Are you just going to catch them all and then be done? Yeah, I'm still behind you. I can't get past that Moonflower Tower. And I need to do that one and the next one to be able to upgrade my base the next time. So I need that large-scale electric egg incubator, which I have to defeat one of the towers to get. And I know you don't have to do the towers in order, but that is how the story flows. So. I'm trying to build another PAL team now that hopefully will work more to my advantage than my last one did. Blackberries. Anybody that follows my Discord, I will be posting Zero Company updates. We are going to do a bonus stream on a Saturday to create chat recruits before we start the campaign. Campaign for me starts on September 8th. That is, 2 weeks after Kid Lee starts playing his, so that we're not playing on top of each other. Although our gameplay will most likely be different, the story obviously is the story. So, what's happening, Wargrim? Thanks for hanging out, buddy. So, if anybody wants to hang out with us during Zero Company, make sure you sign up for my Discord. The link is below the stream. And make sure you're following, because I'll do subscribers first. They'll have priority, and then followers second. If you're not following, you just get to watch. Eight storage lockers full. I have 1.5 storage lockers full. And I don't even look at them. I kind of wish the schematics would be like a one-time use. You get it, you build it, and it's gone. Because a lot of that stuff you only build one time, and then you're just stuck with a schematic. I mean, I guess you could probably sell them, but I haven't worried about selling anything to the vendors at all. It just, I don't know, it doesn't make any point to me. At some point here pretty soon, I'll stop having people produce in quarries. I'll just, not remove those quarries, because I'll have so much of that product that I will never ever run out. But my goal for probably Sunday is to get back in, take my new PAL team over, level them up some more, and then try the Moonflower Tower again. Depending on how they do there. Well, I'll try the next one regardless, but hopefully they'll be semi-effective. I think I got, I got 2 legendaries on my PAL team now, so. I did restart Starlink as soon as I got home this evening, so hopefully it does better than it did last night. It's supposed to be rainy all week long, so we'll see. Kid, how much customization are you going to allow chat to make? Or are you just going to do your own customization and name them after chat? Yeah, keep the skills you want and let them just create the physical character. That's kind of what I was thinking too, because I have very specific ideas of what I want for different squads for different tasks. All right, give me 1 second, chat. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, for that type of game, there is a lot of customization. I've been mulling things through my head. I remember XCOM 2 having a lot of customization, but I don't think it had quite this much. I mean, it's insane. So I did post a question in the Star Wars Zero Company forum on my Discord. Um, we know BitReactor is not going to provide mod support, but how long before modders take the game and um, break it so that you can use the 4 special classes for anything? Um, you know, your recruits, your character, stuff like that. Just a month. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty quick because I think that'll be one thing that people want right off the bat. And I would definitely use it. Uh, all right, let's get some water on these plants. Yeah, I don't know. What the heck? That's weird. I think, okay, there it goes. Well, I'm sure there was a lot of people asking if it was going to be moddable because as you've seen with um, XCOM, the mods extended the life of the game, right? So, yeah, hopefully this game just takes off and they do a couple DLCs or you know maybe a second one or whatever. But I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I haven't been excited for a Star Wars game in a while. Right, round two. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I mean, we didn't hurt anything, but definitely didn't want to do that. All right, more water. I must have changed the controls for this because now I have to hold down G and then select the fill button, which I never had to do before. And that time I just hit G and it did it. So weird. Weird, weird. They can't slow me down though. Oh no. Oh no. Can't slow me down. Ads start in 30 seconds. And I think I'm losing money on Twitch. I could have swore the other day it said my payout was like $20, and now it's saying my payout is like $15. Obviously, you have to have a minimum of 50 before they actually pay you, but I think my my money made is going down, not up, which is weird. All right. Water's refilled. Time to go clean up some poopage. Gotta scoop all the poopage. That's a lot of poop. Found a rake. What? How did that? Silly game. Yeah, I mean, I'm not concerned about it. It's going to be, what, 2 years before I make enough money to get paid out. But it was just something I noticed, and I just thought it was weird. Oh, yeah, you don't make crap on ads, Scobie. You make absolute dog poop on ads. Yeah, I also have my ads set to the bare minimum to keep pre-rolls off the channel. So what's that? 5 or 6 minutes an hour for ads. And I have the timer set to the longest I could, which was 36 minutes. And of course, the first ad rolls before I even, as soon as I go live. So it's before I even actually start the stream. All right, let's, while we're over here, let's water some animals up. Out of water. Out of water. All right. So now we wait. Chat, I have not eaten dinner tonight. I just realized that. I got home, fed the dog, started doing some zero company research, and then went live and did not eat. Yeah, right? Scobie, you ate dinner early again? What are we having for dinner, Scobe? Oh, there's that rattlesnake. Where'd it go? Hey, I hit something. I'm no longer as bad as Scobie. Your leftover pasta and chicken from yesterday. Yeah, I got some like those healthy choice cafe steamers. I might just heat one of those up. We got 5 minutes. I may do that. Yep, Scobie is now the worst gunman in the world again. I'll be back in a minute, chat. All right, I am back. I mean, Scobie, you did miss that guy at point blank range with a rifle. Come on. You were nervous? You were nervous that the Godfather was watching you? Yeah, but haven't you played that game before? Yeah, right? All right, let's get this stuff picked up. Let's put this stuff away. Round and round. Nobody knows. There we go. That don't go in there. That don't go in there. Alright, so next round will be sugarcane or corn again. While we're in the menu, I want to check on our animals. We saw that female that was being dumb. Everybody else is young and they are reproducing. Pigs are all old, except for those two. Now, so they're introducing a new ranching system or an update to the ranching system that will be able to sell animals directly from here. And I think I'll do that with the smaller animals that take forever to get anywhere, but I won't do it with the cows and the horses and maybe the sheep, because the sheep run pretty quick too. But definitely the chickens and the pigs, and maybe the goats. We'll see. Sheep, it says they're all young, but it's not reading all the sheep either. So goats, old, 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 old. So they're ready to be sold. Horses all old, they're ready to be sold. Cows all old, so they're ready to be sold. See, it seems like they aged pretty quick. I feel like I just bought those animals not too long ago. Yeah, that's like the point of being a rancher, right? But they're also introducing a system where people can come and steal stuff, I believe, from the animals and steal like your fertilizer and stuff like that too. And I've voiced a very pointed disagreement with that because one, we don't have a large server population, and two, like me, I only get to play 2 hours a day. So that leaves 22 hours a day that somebody can just come in here and do whatever they want, and I can't do anything about it. I just come in and, oh, we can't grow anything today, chat, because we don't have any fertilizer, stuff like that. So I voiced my opinion on it, and they came back with some comments that I can't share, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to just rage quit, right? I will give it the opportunity to see how it goes and see what adjustments we have to make to make the system work for us. But if I can't do what I'm doing at the end of the day, then there's no reason to continue at that point. So you don't have to pay to play on the server. I do pay them every month. I donate every month to them to keep doing stuff, but you don't have to. All right, give me just a second, chat. All right, I am back. Let's get to planting. Sugar cane first. Surprised we haven't seen T pop in yet. He said he was going to be on tonight, but he also has some things to do with his house. I did put in a ticket for his house, and they said they'd hold it for him. No, that's what I'm working on, Scobie. Working on phase 2 of it. Because each phase will be 2,000 items. So on Saturday, I plan on delivering this next 2,000, and that'll be halfway done. Yeah, remember that first one was like 3,500 items, and now this one's 8,000. But I did tell him it would take longer for this one because, again, it's just during the week mostly. I probably won't do his stuff on the weekend because I'll do any small orders we get in. Plus, I got to catch up on growing stuff for the ranch itself. So. The other thing I want to do tonight after we feed the animals is test buying that cart. See if I can buy 2 hunting carts and then figure out how we're going to tell them apart. If it'll even let me have 2 hunting carts, I don't know. But that'll definitely help because then as soon as I finish, one 2,000 mark, I can immediately start on the other and not have to pause and wait for Benji to come pick up stuff. Although he is pretty good at coming to pick it up. But if we miss each other, I don't want to have to wait. All right, blackberries. But I also did buy one of those little pocket flip notebooks so that I could, or notepads so that I can keep track of all this stuff. It was getting a little out of hand just trying to scratch on various pieces of paper. Should probably figure out a way to do like a Google Doc or an Excel spreadsheet and just keep it on Discord or something and be able to update it that way. I don't know. I'll come up with something. So, you guys have any idea of what recruit character you guys want to be for Zero Company? You're going to be a hot Twi'lek? I think the only way you're going to be hot is when I sacrifice you to being set on fire. Just saying. I'm going to put some rules down. I'm probably not going to let anybody be clones. I'm going to set a rule that only clones can wear clone armor. And no astromechs, because I probably honestly won't use astromech unless I'm required to for a story mission. To me, they just don't make sense for the playstyle that I play. And if I'm going to let you guys design your character however you want, but if I feel that it's silly and not necessarily flavorful for my squad, you will definitely get redshirted. So, creator beware. I may redshirt Scobie just because. And I'll probably definitely have to find a melee weapon for Scobie because we know he can't shoot anything. Although he would probably be the perfect stormtrooper. At least not in the beginning. And we'll talk more about why later. I don't want to divulge a whole lot, but it has to do with kind of what I've researched on Hawk's background before the game. And I have a very specific way that I want to do my clone unit. So, but I also don't think you get to recruit clones from the beginning. I think you have to do story missions to unlock that ability. So, and my backstory for Hawks may be completely AI wrong, but it is a cool story, so I'm going to RP it that way. And that's one of the reasons why I chose to be a human soldier. So. If I need somebody just to shoot in the air and cause, like suppressive fire, you're my guy. Because then you don't actually have to hit anything. I also think there's enough variety and variability that not allowing clones, at least for the first round, is not hurting anything. Um, you know, I mean, there's way too many different types of characters to be worried about one. And JT knows this, Gobi probably doesn't, but I am an old school Star Wars purist. Disney 100 million% ruined Star Wars for me. So um, when I do things, I kind of go back to old school and make them the way they're supposed to be, not the Disney way. But I will 100% let you Disney up your character. Just be prepared to die. Yes, I know clones are canon, but if you remember the canon clones, they were very specific to units. Um, you know, and so I kind of am going with that, and that's also the reason why I'm not allowing other characters to wear clone armor, because clone armor was built specifically for clones who are all the same physiological or physical dimensions. So my opinion is a weak way could not take clone armor and have it fit properly. And since how we are a special ops unit, I would think that would not. I think that would not be appropriate for the lore. Sure, I mean I understand why the game did it, but um, I'm just it's my personal preference, right? Um, because how could you have a clone era game without having clones? And you've already seen what people have done with their clone armor. Um, so and it's all plans, right? Even the best laid plan only survives the first contact with the enemy. So we'll see. But by Star Wars purists like Jedi lightsabers only have 4 colors. What are those 4 colors? Oh, I missed a plant. Damn it. How the hell did we do that, chat? So this plant right here that's blue, that means we either missed trimming it or fertilizing it. And we're only going to get 6 items out of that plant instead of 8. Ah, dang it. That is the Disney version. No, nobody knows what the original canon lightsabers were, colors were. There were 3 presented in the first movies, and then there was a 4th color presented in Knights of the Old Republic, which at that time was canon. Correct. Blue, green, and red were from the movies, and the Knights of the Old Republic introduced yellow. And what was it? It was blue was no, purple didn't come into play until Samuel L. Jackson demanded that he have a purple lightsaber. That's where that came from. Samuel L. Jackson was the first person to ever have a purple lightsaber. I've read the Revan stories. They all came out after Samuel L. Jackson had a purple lightsaber. I've read all the Revan stories. It was part of the way they backtracked the purple lightsaber into the lore of the universe. But Mace Windu was the first character in the release timeline to ever have a purple lightsaber. But if you remember in KOTOR, remember going to the Jedi Council and you had to answer the questions, and you answered the questions that gave you your lightsaber color. All right. All done with that. That time's probably not accurate. We'll wait for it to click down and see where we're at. That person was in a hurry. And there's our 30-minute timer, chat. Two more minutes. Should be just about there. Come on, come on, come on. Stop. There we go. And I want to see if we have any poppies in storage. We do not. All right. Well, we'll catch up on that later. All right, what we do need to do is pull some food out for the aminals. So, we need mushrooms, we need bulrush, we need corn, and we need carrots and thyme. Getting this down pretty good, chat. Chickens. Did they change this? Did they change what they eat? 5 tomatoes. That's all they eat is tomatoes now. Oh my god. They changed it, chat. They're killing me. And they only eat lettuce. Well, we do have some lettuce. Yeah, learn this all over again. Do we have any tomatoes? We do not have any tomatoes. Dang it. I have to see if we have any on the store. Looks like we can add more than 100 now, too. All right, what are these guys going to eat? Normally, these would be our rutabaga guys or our bulrush guys. What are they going to eat now? Any takers? Cucumbers. They only eat cucumbers now. Damn it. We do have cucumbers, though. All right. What are the cows going to eat? No, only Scoby eats donuts. Looks like they still eat corn. All right. Cows still eat corn. Horses, they used to eat carrots. What are they going to eat now? All right, they still eat carrots. And pigs used to eat mushrooms. Get the hell out of the way, horse. Pigs used to eat mushrooms. And now they eat broccoli. I don't think I have any broccoli. I do have broccoli. Whew! So the only thing I didn't have was tomatoes. Put all this stuff back. So what I'll do is, after the storm and off of streaming, I will grow a quick row of tomatoes so that I can feed the chickens. Everything else we had. So what am I putting in here? Mushrooms? Oh. And I think I have enough food to last us until Sunday. And Sunday I'll just grow a couple rounds of crops just for the ranch. But I do have to let T know that they changed what the animals eat. So let's go back over here real quick. So chickens or tomatoes? Let me write that down. Goats are lettuce. Sheep are cucumbers. Oh, damn. Clotheslined by the whole cow. Did you see that? He took my ass out. And cows are still corn. These guys are still carrots. And pigs are broccoli. So, all right, let's go see if we can buy this wagon. What do you think, chat? You think it'll let us buy 2 of these? Oh, I can name it. How about that? Sweet. That'll help. Oops. Back up one. Back up one. Owned wagons. And there we go. Now we can even tell which ones are which. That helps a lot. What else do we have to do, chat? I'll grow the tomatoes after we get back. After I get back. That won't take long. I'll just grow one row of them. That'll give us 40, which will be good enough for almost a week. And then I'll catch up with them on Monday. Sent T the note about feeding the animals. I think we're good to go. Oh, the wagons just spawn wherever the fuck they want. Oh, excuse my language. So stand here. That one spawned there. Oops. Go back to the same spot. That's why I call it the wagon guessing game. Spawned over there. I do know they spawn on the road, but you would think it would be the road closest to where you're at. So, I don't know if I can... No. Can't send it back from there. Well, like I said, that will help us with our growing and our distribution, because then I don't have to wait for somebody to pick up their order. I can just jump right into the next one. And if I'm doing multiple orders, I can sort those that way too. So cool. Anything else we need to talk about? Let me look at the calendar real quick. There we go. So, Zero Company comes out next Thursday. So that's Saturday, the 29th. We may try to do the bonus stream and get some characters made. That gives us another weekend to make more characters if we need to. And then we'll start our playthrough on the 8th as planned. Again, if you guys have any ideas, put them in Discord, and we'll go from there. Other than that, we're going to call it a night here, and we'll see y'all down the road. Thanks for hanging out.